Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing a full tour review of this 2020 BMW M135i XDrive. Now it's a very quick hot hatch, especially for the price. For this kind of car, this kind of mileage, like 50,000 miles, it's around 20-25 grand depending on the spec and options. But for that kind of money, the performance you get is absolutely insane. I think the exterior, I do like the bronzy, silvery accents they have on the M135i, but they could have differentiated a bit more to the regular one, because that front end is basically almost an M Sport like 118i, and the rear end, the only difference is that it has a badge on it. Not much difference to the regular 1 Series. There's a bit of damage on this car, but the owners can get that fixed later on, so it's nothing crazy. Let's take a look at the interior, because I think the exterior, I wouldn't say they nailed it, but it's not different enough from the regular 1 Series for me to really think it's that special. But yeah, I think the interior quality is amazing for like the base BMW, like the 1 Series. That's the lowest and the lowest model on the hierarchy, and the materials are pretty good. Stop that. Yeah, the materials are great. The layout is very easy for everyone to use, I think, because you have nice physical buttons for your climate control. There is a menu for AC, but I can live with it as long as there's enough buttons for you to control everything through here. Then you have your touch sensitive buttons like on most BMWs. I think it's a pretty cool feature they have. Your volume, and I like how the screen on here is separate from this screen. I like the design, the way it cuts off a bit here. I think overall it's a great interior. It can be a bit, maybe people call it boring, but I don't mind not a boring interior as long as the car itself is fun to drive, which we'll get onto in a minute. The interior, as long as the interior is well made. The A-class competitor, I've driven the A180. Maybe the A35, A45s are better built, but the interior on this is just far superior to that Mercedes, to be honest. The steering wheel, let's talk about the steering wheel, that's really important. I like the shape of it. It is quite thick. For me, it's fine because I have big hands, and it's a nice looking steering wheel. It hasn't got any touch sensitive buttons, so that's a big plus. But the new ones, you know, the paddles are the letdown. They're plasticky. I would have liked metal ones, but for this price, I mean, you know, they work. Everything feels solid. The action on everything is like, that feels like it's gonna last a long time. Let's hope it does. You have interior lights on this one. You don't have the Harman Kardon on this. I think you should get it. It's just far superior to the regular audio. I feel like this is music, like I do, as you saw. It's a lot better. But the seats, let's talk about the seats. I think they're very, very comfortable to sit in. I think they look cool, but I would prefer the leather ones. The cloth ones do grip onto like your clothing a lot better. But I do prefer the look of the leather, because you can get like a red leather one. I'll show you an image right now if I can't be asked. But the red leather ones, I think I like a red interior, if you see my 3 Series. But yeah, I think the seat shape is perfect. You can adjust these bolsters to come in or let you free a little bit if you need it. It doesn't also have a sunroof, which would have really helped brighten up the rear, because I don't know if you can see, but the rear is really dark because the windows are kind of small. So a sunroof would be, I think that those two things would be the perfect spec M135i for me personally. Well, the exterior color would be different. Maybe the blue, that blue is so nice. Let's talk about the rear. Yeah. Okay. So I'm 5'10", which is the perfect height for every male. And I've got a nice amount of knee room. I do have my seat, my preferred driving position, which is a bit laid back a bit, because I'm a boy racer and stuff. But I got like an inch of knee room. I think it's fine. Headroom's a little better, like 2 inches. Long journey, perfectly fine. Windows, I don't mind them being this size, just as they're kind of long, so you kind of makes up for the height. The rear window is kind of small, but luckily this car does have parking sensors. Without that, it would be tricky to park. You have ISOFIX, and these are the same fabric as the front seats, like with the blue texture in the middle. They do look nice, and they're very comfortable to sit in. You also get your interior lighting, climate control, and USB sticks, but these ones are broken. So yeah, you have your, what are they called? Not cup holders, the cubby spaces. There's a nice amount of them. Bigger ones in the front, but even for the passengers you get a good one. And the boot itself, it is bigger than in the A-Class of this year. The A-Class is like 355 liters. This is 380, so it's bigger, and you do have a bit of underfloor storage. No spare wheel, because I think all B&Os are like run flat tires at this point. But yeah, I think the boot, it's a nice, it's not the biggest boot, but it's a small hatchback at the end of the day. And the reason you buy this one is for the performance. So let's talk about that. Okay, we're gonna say it's for a drive, so we can talk about the performance. Oh, I forgot to mention the blue stripe, the M colors on the seatbelt. You have your little M135i logo, so you know you're in the sporty one, or else you really couldn't tell from the interior, apart from the seats. But yeah, let's get this started. Ooh, turn these so you can hear the. They do give it exhaust a bit of a note. I'll show a recording so you can hear it better when you start it up. And a couple pops. At sport mode, this car, let's talk about this. Let's see. I think this car might be a bit too fast for like UK roads, because it has around 302 horsepower. The torque figure I don't know, but it is very, very quick. I often spend maybe 2 seconds full throttle. I'm already slightly exceeding the speed limit of most roads. So around some country roads, this thing would be a weapon. It's very grippy. I was in the wet yesterday, I foot flat down, I didn't slip, not one bit of slip from this car, and it was very easy to drive. That's the benefit of having the XDrive over the rear wheel, because the previous generation was the M140i with the rear wheel drive, or the M135i previously, and they were a bit of a handful to drive, especially in the wet. You were you were risking your life a bit in that car. But in this car, as you can see there, no problem. And I'm already doing 40, which is on a, like, I spent no time on the throttle there and it was gone. That is sport mode. Comfort mode is a little laid back, but it still has a kick to it. Eco Pro mode is the mode if you don't want to break any speed limits, because it will really, because it's a flyby throttle, so you put your foot down, it won't really accelerate that hard. But look for the most fuel efficient way to apply that power. And speaking of that, in Eco Pro mode, I did a journey, what, 22 miles from Leicester to Derby, mostly motorway, but some city driving, and I averaged like 42, 45. I'll show a picture now, because I don't remember the figure exactly, but this might be probably one of the best dailies you can get, considering that it's economical and also very, very fast. But if you're looking for a fun hot hatch, this might not be the car for you. I've driven for a couple of days, and yes, when you put your foot down, it goes a bit too quickly, but it doesn't feel engaging, or it doesn't feel like it has any character, to be honest. The engine hasn't got much torque. Then you hit the boost and then you go, but the sound is pumped in through the speakers, and the exhaust, they try to do a little something, but it's still a 4-cylinder 2-liter engine, so it won't sound that good. I am comparing it to my straight 6 BMW that I previously had, which is unfair, but the car is more of a tool than is like a hot hatch. Where they're engaging, they make a bit better of noise, and you can, I don't know, you can feel more through it. Here I feel kind of removed from the experience. I put my foot down, the car goes, it does a job, and then I slow back down again. I've taken down some twisties, and it is pretty fun because it's so grippy that you can go faster than you expect. But I don't feel like I'm really gelling with this car. If I had the 25 grand to spend on a hot hatch, I would consider this, but it wouldn't be the one I pick in the end, I don't think, because it's not very fun on a day-to-day. It's like 99% of the time it's a 120i or 118i. It's easy to drive, it's comfortable, it's quiet, and it has pretty much all the creature comforts you could ask for. And that 4-wheel drive, when it gets wet, you go. But it's not, I don't know how to say this. It's a great car, but I wouldn't get one personally because I want something with more character in this engine, basically. I think the engine, even though it's the selling point of this car, it's also its not its weakest. Yeah, I'll say its weakest point. I'll let this guy through. Oh, Honda E, that's cool. Oh, why is he going to the petrol station? There's like a charger somewhere. Probably is. What was I saying? This car's engine, it's powerful. When the boost kicks in, you'll notice it, but it doesn't. I don't gel. I don't connect with it. So overall, it's a banging daily. As a daily, I'm not sure you can really do better than this. You can go for the 340i's, but then you're getting into a higher price range, and fuel economy won't be as good as this, especially because it's a bigger engine. So this is as a daily that needs to be economical, quick, spacious, comfortable. This car, I think, hits every spot. This and A35. I've not driven an A35. I heard they're a little stiffer on the suspension, but this is perfectly fine for everyday use. But as a hot hatch, I think it might pin in comparison to the previous generation, where that straight six had so much character. That's what I should be comparing. That straight six in that previous generation has so much character. But the newer gen of hot hatches are essentially heavily turbocharged 4 cylinders, apart from the RS5. I mean, RS3, which is without the 5-cylinder, which I need to try that because it's even faster than this apparently. So we'll see how that goes. I'll take this on the motorway, put the foot down, and so you can experience, so you can see how quickly that number rises. And why it's not really, the power is not that usable. Even though it's forward driving grippy, you'll have 2 seconds and you're breaking the speed limit on like regular 30-40 roads. But it is a nice sensation when accelerating. Okay, so we're about to head over to a 70-mile-an-hour section of road. Currently doing 50. I'll put it in its sportier setting. So we'll pick the perfect gear for ultimate boost. We'll stick at 50 until we see the national speed limit, then you'll see how quickly I get to 70. We can probably go down a gear, but we'll just see how it goes. And now 70. That was the most effortless thing. Whoa, that sounded sick. That was the most effortless thing the car's ever done. It doesn't feel like it's stressing that much. You do get the fake noise from the speakers, which doesn't sound that good, but the performance you get for 20 grand, oh my god. 0 to 60 is 4.8 seconds. I think it's faster than that. BMW tend to understate their figures. I think it's a lot faster than that. And while we're doing this, because this is a not a great road, you do hear some road noise and a bit of wind noise, but it's not too bad. It's not jarring. Especially if you're playing music, it'll be fine. So it's like a regular 1 Series, perfectly fine. And the ride comfort, you do feel the bumps, but it's not harsh like I thought it would be for a hot hatch. I thought it'd be a lot harder, but it's quite a comfortable car to drive in, I'm not going to lie. Now we're about to head over to a roundabout where you slow down and speed up again. I might do manual for this one. The paddles, yeah, let's talk about the paddles. The action's not great, especially you touch the plastic, but you can't complain for the performance for the money. You can't really complain. Let's indicate, a rare thing for a BMW driver. And then when we give me manual again, second gear, I'm gonna shoot out here in second, foot flat. Jesus Christ, what a car. Lock the back into normal. I haven't ever hit a my support. That felt cool. That felt so cool. Yeah, give me economical gears. Is that what you want? Let's put back in comfort before the cars. So I get some MPG back from this. Forget it. Sport mode again. Slow down a bit, knock it down to 4th. Put the foot down. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, the accelerations are fun, But that's about it. But for the money, you're getting insane. I keep repeating that. 20 grand and you get a car this quick. So in conclusion, this car is basically, for what it needs to do, it's an 8 out of 10. I'd say it's a pretty good daily. It's just not a great, it's not really a fun, engaging hot hatch. But if you're looking for something to drive to and from work and occasionally blast down some B roads or smoke 90% of people at the lights, I mean, this car is pretty amazing. And I think for the money, 20 grand, 25 grand, it's probably the perfect daily. I'm gonna make that statement. I'm gonna stand on that. Put in the comments out what daily do you think ranks better than this for fuel economy, performance, practicality, and ease of driving. Just easy daily car I can use every day. Put in the comments. I want to see what everyone's thinking and if I'm just crazy. But yeah, this car is great overall. Consider it if you're looking for that kind of car. Hot hatch, might be looking for a Type R, something more engaging. But yeah, what a great car. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment on any cars you might want to see on the channel. Thanks for watching. See you guys soon.